Read o'clock story time. Today's story is Going to Bremen town. The first story is Bread. Hello, I am the Blue Fairy. I am going to tell you a tale of adventure that happened here in Fairyland. It is a tale of 4 traveling musicians, and so it began. One day a cow, a little dog, and a dish and spoon were standing around the edge of Old MacDonald's farm. They were listening to a cat play his fiddle. He was a fine musician. He was playing Rising of the Moon, I believe. That is the cow's favorite song, as she loves when the moon rises. She was dancing to the lively tune. She lives with Old MacDonald. The dog had left home looking for some dog biscuits. His mistress, Old Mother Hubbard, had looked in the cupboard, but it was bare, so the poor dog had none. The dish and the spoon simply ran here and there as they pleased. They were rather free-spirited. Now they were dancing too. A little red hen lived down the road and wanted to make bread. She went to see the animals to ask for help. Baking bread was a large task for such a tiny bird. She said, "I am going to make bread." The animals licked their lips. The dog's stomach started to growl as he thought of the warm bread. "Who will help me cut the wheat?" she asked. The cow replied, "Not I. I'm going to jump over the moon." The little dog laughed. The cat acted like he was sleeping. The little red hen left. She was not happy. As she walked down the road, the cow jumped over the moon. The little red hen went to cut the wheat. She cut the wheat and now had to clean it. She went back to see the animals. She hoped they would help her. "Do you think they will?" she asked. "Who will help me clean the wheat? Do you think the cat will help?" The cat woke up and said, "Not I," and he began to play his fiddle, "Cotton Eye Joe, I believe." The little dog laughed again. The cow looked at the moon with a grin on her face. The dish and the spoon were off somewhere. The little red hen left. She was very disappointed. She went to clean the wheat. She cleaned the wheat and had a bag full of wheat seeds. Now she had to make flour. She needed to grind the flour seeds to make flour. She went back to see animals. She hoped they would help this time. Do you think they will? While she was gone, the dish and the spoon had returned. She asked, "Who will help me grind the wheat?" "Not I," said the dog. Then he laughed and laughed. The cat played another tune on his fiddle, "Long Way Home." The cow watched the dish and the spoon dance. The little red hen left frustrated and very unhappy. She went to grind the wheat. She used a stone to grind it and now had a fine flour to make bread. What will she do? Do you think the animals will help? Will she even go ask for help? She does go to the animals. "Who will help me make the bread?" "Not I," said the dish. "Not I," said the spoon. Then they ran quickly. The cat played his fiddle a merry jig. The little dog laughed, as did the cow. The little red hen had enough. She went back to home to make the bread and passed a farmer with a wagon full of hay. He was singing E-I-E-I-O. Who can that be? Do you know? The next tale is A Fork in the Road. The bread was now turning a golden brown in the oven, and the animals smelled the aroma as it floated through the air. It smelled so good and they ran to the hen's house. They were all hungry and all loved bread. The dog was specially hungry as he had not eaten in 2 days. The cat played a merry tune on his fiddle, walking on the moon, I believe. He was sure he would have some bread. Soon they were at the little red hen's house. The three animals peered in the kitchen window. The hen had a golden brown loaf of bread and butter and jelly on the table. She noticed the animals and asked, "Who will help me eat this bread?" The animals cheered, "We will." The little bird said, "No, I'm sorry. This morning I asked you for help to make the bread and you refused. No bread for you. Maybe next time the animals will help. What do you think?" The animals left, still hungry and now sad. They came to a road sign. One said goes to Bremen town, the other said goes to Old MacDonald's farm. The cow said, "I'm tired, I'm going home." She left and headed towards Old MacDonald's farm, hoping there would be hay for her to eat. On the way, she looked up in the sky and saw the moon. She was tired but never too tired to jump over the moon. And so she did. Then she continued down the road to Old MacDonald's farm. The cat and dog were still at the road sign when a fork ran by and yelled, "I'm on my way to Bremen town. There is a fair and a concert there." The cat said, "I'm a musician and I'm going to the Bremen town. Maybe I can join the concert." He told the dog, "Dog, there are lots of dog biscuits in Bremen town. Come along with me." The dog laughed. "Ha ha, what a splendid idea. I hope Bremen town is not far because I'm very hungry." Off they went down the road to Bremen. The cat played his fiddle, "Walk along, John," I believe, as they began their journey. What do you think will happen? The next tale is A Haunted House. Soon the cat and dog met a donkey and rooster. "Where are you going?" asked the dog. "We are going to Bremen town." "We are musicians," replied the donkey. The cat said, "I'm a musician too, and we are on our way to Bremen town. Come with us," said the rooster, and they all walked on towards Bremen town. It soon became dark and the four travelers were very tired and hungry. Remember, the cat and the dog had gotten no bread. The donkey and rooster had been walking all day. The cat played Arkansas Travelers on his fiddle. For a moment the dog stopped to rest and the dish and the spoon ran by quickly. As they passed, the dog said, "Where have you been?" The dish said, "Bremen town. We went to the fair and concert." The spoon added, "And there are oodles of dog biscuits there." The dog was ready to go. He could not wait to get to Bremen town. He began to run to catch up the other animals. In the distance to his left, he saw something fly over the moon. What do you think it was? It was the cow, of course. She had made it back to the farm and eaten a good dinner of hay. And she did what she always does. She jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed. Soon the other animals came to a small house in the woods. Who lives there, I wonder? Maybe they could get some food and a soft bed for night. They looked in the window. In the house was a pirate. It was Captain Hook. Lots of food was on the table. 2 big bags of gold were on the floor. On the bags were the words Bremen Town Bank. The cat saw a gold crown. Whose crown it would be? The donkey called them away from the window and said, "That pirate stole the king's crown and he stole gold from the bank in Bremen too." The cat added, "We must get the gold and crown and return them." The The animals made a plan. They would scare the pirate and he would run away. Then they get the gold and the crown and also have a good meal and night's rest. The next day they would return the money to the bank and the crown to the king. Their plan unfolded. The rooster began to crow a guard crow. The dog began to growl loudly. The donkey kicked the side of the house. The cat played soft, scary music on the fiddle. The pirate looked out of the window. He saw nothing. It was too dark. He thought, "Are those ghosts?" He was very afraid. What do you think he will do? The donkey kicked open the door and the wind blew out of the candle. The animals were still making noise. They rushed in and set upon the thief. The rooster pecked him on the head. The dog bit him on his leg. The cat played louder, scarier music. Finally, the donkey kicked him out of the door. The pirate ran away yelling, "Help! Help! Ghosts! There's a haunted house!" He ran faster than a mouse from a cat. He was very scary and would not come back to that house. The animals ate the food and discussed what they will do the next day. It was decided that the donkey, rooster, and the dog would bring the gold to Bremen town. The cat said, "Great! I will bring the crown to the king and then meet you in Bremen town later." The animals slept, but the pirate was still running, hoping no ghosts were near. Where do you think he will go? In the morning, the cat spied a hat, sword, and boots. He put on the hat, boots, then waved the sword about. Looking in the mirror, he thought he looked rather handsome and brave. He looked at the crown. The name Cole was on it. He asked the animals, "Who is King Cole and where does he live?" The rooster said, "Oh, that is old King Cole. He is a merry old soul. He lives in the castle in London." The donkey added, "He loves fiddle music. He will be very happy to see you." After breakfast, it was time to continue the journey. The cat put down the crown in a blue bag so it would be easier to carry. He headed off to London to find old King Cole. He played fish in the mill pond as he walked. The other animals put the bags of gold on the donkey's back. The rooster rode on top and the dog ran alongside. Off they went to Bremen town to return the gold. What do you think will happen on the way to there and at old King Cole's castle? Where can Captain Hook be now?